over. He's about to hit him with the big slam.
Again, thanks for your support, and we'll see you at the matches right here, OneWrestling.com.
Oh, OneWrestling.com. Big Slam Nation, don't be sour. Clap for your After Cup winner, Billy Ray Valentine, and feel the power. It's a new day. Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Big Slam Nation, episode number 24. Shut up. Episode number 24. You know who I am. I am the Mark of the Master, the Man with the Plan. Big Ray here to stay to talk some wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by almost the entire crew, minus the Professor, Anthony Quintana, who apparently was thrown in the van and is left somewhere down by the river. We are joined by Mr. Old School himself, Bill Schuyler. Follow him on Twitter at YouGotTheShow. Bill, say what's up to the fans, buddy.
What is up, fans? What is going on? Has everyone survived the weekend that was nothing but pro wrestling everywhere you turned, everywhere you looked? How's everybody doing?
Unbelievable. And then we are following this with the man they call the dirtiest in the city, Mr. Pharaoh Fancy, also known as 8-Track Brown. Travis, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, what's good? And it's the dirtiest of the city.
Dirtiest in the city, dirtiest of the city, whatever.
Dirtiest, a big difference. And remember all caps when you spell the man's name.
What does that mean?
That means
don't worry about it.
All right,
all caps when you spell the man's name.
I'm just asking. All right, I'm just asking.
Jesus.
And then
I need to find caps lock. Okay, there we go.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Dallas, Texas, where he spent an entire weekend with two sweaty men in one very small hotel room, and one guy just continued to scream, "In the road show!" the entire time. I'm talking about
right by ear.
I'm talking about Connor, Mr. Ooh Kayfabe. What's up, buddy?
Not much. Dallas was a trip, to say the least. So I got some fun, interesting stories.
This is going to be a segment on this show, so we're going to save that for later. And then I'm going to introduce my brother from Philadelphia. We know him as the Nature Boy. Woo! Fame Black. What is it? Snapchat extraordinaire. Am I correct there, Fame?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Listen,
we are Snapchat extraordinaire.
Before I introduce the next, our next and final component to this show, I just wanted to give another shout out. We did kick off this show with a little bit of a tribute to one of the members of Big Slam Nation. We're talking about Blackie. We're talking about your cat, who we lost just a few days ago. So, Fame Black, my condolences, my friend.
Thank you. It's been rough. Like that cat's been with me since the Attitude Era. Like he was a present from my mom not taking me to Wrestlemania 15 in Philadelphia. So it goes way back, man. Me and him never missed Wrestlemania. So yeah, like it really got some wrestling depth to it. Like it's amazing. But he was my best friend, and it's rough being here without him. But staying strong.
Staying strong, brother, and again, we did like a little tribute, but my man, and it was funny. Last week we were just talking about Blackie and making fun of him. You know what I'm saying? It was actually kind of cool, man, to look back and I looked back at a lot of video, and he was in a lot of our videos. A lot of our videos.
He was kind of a star. He was a star whore. He wanted to come around and be in front of the camera, so that was his bit.
Absolutely a part of our family forever, brother. So I'm just letting you know that. Again, we're sorry for your loss, brother. And then, unfortunately, I have to move on here to the final component of our team. You know him as Billy Ray Valentine. You can follow him on Twitter at, I don't know what the hell. What's your Twitter handle again? The new one?
Obi-Wan. It's Obi-Wan, you know me.
Yeah, Obi-Wan Kenobi, whatever. On Twitter.
Obi-Wan, you're the only one that can help me.
Yeah, something like that. And listen, all seriousness, man. Billy Ray Valentine, the winner of the inaugural 2016 After Cup. We'll tell you guys when Billy Ray's gonna actually get his hands and actually show Ya Allah, show us that beautiful Cup. What happened, Bill?
Lucky.
He won this trophy and it's huge. It's huge.
One of the funniest. We were having a conversation about some of the funniest movies. I think. What's this movie? The one with Gosh.
Napoleon Dynamite.
One of the funniest movies of all time, in my
Vote for
opinion.
Pedro.
Over what? Anyway, look, we got.
Vote for
Tina, come
Pedro.
get some dinner.
Eat the food, Tina.
I think that was the debut. That was the debut of Bailey. That movie, right?
Oh, the debut of Bailey. Listen, we're gonna jump into the first.
Snap.
Listen, guys. We're gonna jump into another kind of a sad thing. The wrestling world did lose a very huge part. One of the members of one of the most famous tag teams of all time, the Blackjacks, Mr. Blackjack Mulligan. He used to have a tag team partner, Blackjack Lanza. They were one of the very, very toughest tag teams in the world, professional wrestling. Bill Apter was actually a very good close friend of Blackjack Mulligan. And apparently, Bill Apter was, if you go to his video on OneWrestling.com, he spoke about how Blackjack came to Madison Square Garden to challenge, what's his name? Pedro Morales for the WWF World Heavyweight Championship at the time. But I'm going to throw it over to Bill Schuyler really quickly. If you could give us a little taste of, or just give us a little memory of Blackjack Mulligan. If anybody has anything to say, maybe Connor OK Fabe or anything, then we can move on to our very first topic. But we just wanted to pay tribute to Blackjack. Take it away, Bill.
Yeah, Blackjack Mulligan was one of my favorites growing up. He was on the first card that I ever was at, which Gorilla Monsoon was was booking that show in a high school gym in his hometown of Willingboro, New Jersey. And Blackjack was I was a little kid. He was just so big. You know, that guy, I mean, he was, I don't know, what, 6'8", something like that. He was a monster, bro. And if you look back on YouTube, so many good matches you'll find. The feuds he had with Ric Flair stand out amongst many. And, of course, the tag team, him and Blackjack Lanza, were just brutal in the WWF. And, we lost him on this April 7th. Father, of course, of Barry and Kendall Windham. Uncle to Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas. And all involved and intertwined in the Dusty Rhodes family. It's 6 degrees of Dusty when it comes to second and third generation wrestlers, because Dusty got around, and so did his sister. No offense.
Wow. Okay, is that a fact? Oh my God.
It is a fact. It's a known fact.
That's a weird note to end on.
That is a weird.
Hey,
Connor,
trying to bring a little humor to it. I'm sorry.
Connor, do you want to throw something in there?
Left turn.
Do you want to throw in something in there, Connor? Because I know you had a little something to say about Blackjack.
I mean, like Skylar, I'm a fan of the old school, and when you look at the industry, obviously wrestling has their slew of tough men, and Mulligan was one of the toughest from what I heard. But at the same time, and even Apter alluded to this in his video over in One Wrestling Video, he was saying how he would always love to give advice to the young guys, like, hey, try this out, try this, do this, hey, try this out. So it's just, it's another legend that we've lost, unfortunately, or you could look at it as having gained another Hall of Famer, whatever way you want to look at. But it's always sad to see it passing, especially if someone of such stature and legendary status as Mulligan, for sure.
All right, very well put. Anybody else have anything to say? All right.
That was before my time, so I'm not really familiar with it.
All right.
I wish I had something to contribute, but I just, I know of him. I know of the new Blackjacks, which were a takeoff of them. So I know some history, but in reality, I wasn't around for it. But peace, and I'm sorry for your loss.
All right, very cool. Now look, guys, let's move away from, and just so you guys know, yes, I'm not shooting in my usual studio. I just got over that little surgery, or a couple of surgery I did. That's why I'm shooting on this plush couch. Much more comfortable, guys. I'm not in pain. So listen, we're gonna move on to another topic, and this is a topic that's gonna be really interesting to talk about, because apparently NXT has signed Bobby Roode, Ricochet, and Billy Ray Valentine. What's his name? The guy from Japan, your guy?
Ibushi Kota.
Kota Ibushi. I had a dream the other night, guys. I told Billy Ray Valentine, this is the weirdest thing. I said I was going to share this here. So I read. Yeah, I swear.
Tell me anything.
I did tell
I
you
don't know
this.
what he's
I read that NXT has signed Ibush Kota, and apparently in my dream, for some reason, I'm walking down the streets like Midtown Manhattan, and I run into Shinsuke Nakamura. Right? So then me and Shinsuke go up to his apartment in Manhattan, and his wife is Puerto Rican, and he's got a half Puerto Rican, half Asian kid. And he spoke perfect English. He's like, "Hey, kid, why don't you go over there and help your mother?" I'm like,
okay.
But it would have been funnier if he said like in a southern drawl, like, "Well, they're Pilgrim. We're gonna saddle up and move on out." Like,
but let me throw. You know what? Let me throw it to you, Connor. What's your opinion, man, on NXT signing all these new talents? Do you know of anything? Have you heard of any other new talents that are coming over? Because I do know that Ricochet and, if I'm correct, Ibushi Kota is going to be part of that Cruiserweight series.
I mean, that was the latest thing that I heard. With the influx of all, NXT is where it is the place to be, apparently. And with them, from what we saw from Raw, calling up Cruz, Corbin, and Enzo and Cass, it's kind of interesting that they're immediately almost influxing that new talent right into NXT. So it's a smart move. I think Kota is going to have some amazing matches in NXT. I mean, it's very interesting how this influx of Japanese wrestlers are coming into WWE. I think Rude is going to contribute a lot as well too. So it's those are the big names in Ricochet as well too. So those are the big names I've heard. I haven't heard any others yet, but at this point, it's kind of like never say never.
All right, Fame Black. I'm going to go to you really quickly. Fame Black, we all know, if you guys are fans of the show, that Fame Black is more of a WWE fan, not a huge TNA fan. But your opinion on actually seeing Bobby Roode getting that pop, do you think he's going to, I mean, we know that he's signed with NXT, but do you think he's going to move into the WWE and probably into that League of Nations faction?
I mean, I don't, you went too far. League of Nations is back. Let's back it up. But here's the thing. Mark the date.
That's going to be going by then.
So relax on that as well. But here's the thing. Mark the date. Wrestling is becoming cool again. See, the WWE, the geniuses that they are. The geniuses that they are setting up a way to create what's interesting about competition. The cool thing about WCW versus WWE was who's going to show up where and who's going to do what to outdo the other. So instead of having competition, because there is none, they just decided, hey, we're going to do that with NXT. Who they going to sign next? Who's going to get called up? All the thrills of competition with none of the competition, and every dollar is WWE's.
All right. Your opinion, Bill Schuyler?
Yeah, I agree with Fame when it comes to that. They have, just like they eliminated the territories, they're pretty much trying to eliminate all the indies right now. To the point that if you're going to be a wrestler, there's really no sense in you going anywhere else except to go down to Full Sail University and give your shot there, because you could be the champion all over the world, but when it comes to it, they're going to put you in the NXT training and make you wrestle their way and get away with any bad habits that they would have. Bobby Roode, as far as he goes, the it factor himself. Bobby is the longest reigning TNA champion of all time. That used to be something that would definitely block him from ever being hired, because they hated to bring anybody in from TNA. They never did bring anybody in really from TNA. But now, James Storm kind of broke that mold. Samoa Joe. It's a shame that Storm didn't stay, because they said Storm went back, and I think he probably talked Rude into signing, and he's stuck there for 2 more years. But you got Bobby Roode, you got Ricochet, aka Prince Puma, Lucha Underground, massive star in Japan and Dragon Gate.
Isn't Prince Puma dead? Anyone?
Did he die in the show?
I think the character is to be killed off or has already been killed off.
I thought he's been killed off already by Mil Muerte, so with the other guy.
I don't follow it, so I don't know. All I know is that his contract is up, and he's already supposedly signed, but he's got to wait almost 6 months before he can debut.
Okay. For
any other promotion that's got television. Eric Young is supposedly being signed, although because they're being so quiet about it, makes me think that they probably are. They don't know where to put him yet.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Because you mentioned Eric Young. I want to throw it over to A-Track Brown. I'm sorry, really quickly. A-Track Brown, you're pretty much the TNA guy besides OKFabe. OKFabe does report TNA, but you're very passionate about the product. And Bobby Roode and possibly what Fame? You don't like TNA, right? Give me that look.
The organization, no.
He likes
them. I love it.
he likes TNA, but he doesn't like Impact Wrestling.
You're making a movie joke. Oh.
I see what you did there.
Anyway, A-Track Brown, Bobby
Yo.
Roode, Eric Young, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, all this influx of TNA talent now going into the WWE and NXT, man. I mean, what's your opinion on what's going on? And what about Ricochet? I mean, do you think this guy's going to make an impact, no pun intended, on the Cruiserweight series?
I'd like to thank TNA for building up these stars that we love so much that are in the WWE now. Thank you, TNA, for that.
They could get on board.
Like a farm
Bobby
system.
Roode can forget it. I'm happy he's making a lot of money, but his career ain't gonna be nothing in the WWE. Ricochet is gonna be limited to being mid card. So unless you're gonna be happy to see what he does in the mid card or his feud with Kalisto or Neville or whatever that they probably won't pay much attention to anyway, then good for you. Eric Young. We all know, what Eric Young does best. He's just an entertaining person. So prepare to see Eric Young in some type of comedic fashion if he does get there.
Comedic? Really? You think comedic?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Definitely.
Dude, he could do it all. He could do it all.
Same to be said with Kota Ibushi. This talented guy is been seen kissing wrestlers. And it's only a matter of time before Vince notices that, oh, he kissed somebody. Oh, I have a great idea. I know what to do with this guy, Kota Ibushi. We're gonna name him the Japanese homosexual, the Japanese stud,
the new gay,
whatever. The new gay, whatever.
When was the last time they debuted somebody like that?
When was the last time they debuted somebody like that?
Chuck and Billy, right?
You could say. No, you could say the New Day jumping around and skipping around like a bunch of pansies.
Oh, stop it.
What's his name, dude? It was Hogan's buddy. The TNA for a minute.
Had
Fandango. Kiwi? Anybody remember Kiwi?
Kiwi, yeah.
Fandango, yeah, maybe Fandango.
So you got Fandango, you got the New Day, you got Tyler Breeze. They always debut somebody, some pansy douches. So...
Well, what about Tyler Breeze? Tyler Breeze? Anyway.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze is another one.
All right, hold on. Let's move on to Billy Ray Valentine. Billy Ray Valentine, your opinion on this little segment here before we move on.
I agree with A-Track on this. Bobby Roode, I mean, you guys can't forget it. I mean, I couldn't have put it better myself. I was kind of hoping you came to me before you went to A-Track because I knew exactly what A-Track was going to say, and he completely stole my thunder. But I will reiterate, just for you guys out there that didn't quite get it. This dude, Bobby Roode, will be lucky to make it into the main roster. Everybody's talking about Samoa Joe coming to the main roster. If that happens, I will be very surprised. And when it does happen, he will be enhancement talent. These people aren't being brought into the WWE to be stars.
What do you mean these people?
You know what I mean.
Of all the people to say that.
Oh my God! All right. Continue, Doc Hendricks.
Listen, let me tell you something, man.
Backstreet and letter G.
Wow.
Oh man.
Hey, Michael. They missed.
I see that as a compliment. Thank you. Thank you for calling me a man with such style, such grace, and such verbal accolades.
And
but anyway,
and a fanny pack. Yes, go ahead. Continue.
But, all right, Ricochet.
He's all of Famer.
Ricochet is one of my favorites. I stood next to him a couple of times at an India Dragon Gate show. He's about yay big. I'm taller than Ricochet. He's ridiculously good. Maybe they could put him together with Rick Swann and they could do the inner city machine guns like they were in the Indies.
Yes.
They might have a future if they do that. Ricochet was brought in for the Cruiserweight tournament. Kota Ibushi was brought in for the Cruiserweight tournament. I didn't think Kota Ibushi had a future past I think mid card in the WWE is being generous. I think the most he has is Neville, and Neville is lower mid card, almost jobber level right now. And I think that's what we can. I think that's what we can expect Kota Ibushi until this is done. Yeah, until Vince McMahon actually sees what he's done in other promotions, and then maybe he'll go in that route. I didn't think of that until 8-Track said it. I'm not optimistic about Bobby Roode, so please don't be. I'm not optimistic about EY. Don't be optimistic. You're not going to like the way they are booked if they ever make it to the main roster. Our best bet here is to hope for them to stay in NXT and put on great matches. We just lost Fame Black, and I'm done.
All right, we did just lose Fame Black. Hopefully we can get him back. Let me just give him a quick call there. Fame, are you here with us, Fame? Anyway, Fame Black will come back. All right, cool. Just click your camera when you get a chance. But if not, we'll just use your
I don't know what happened there.
That's fine. It's fine. It's called stealing your neighbor's Wi-Fi. Anyway, so Bill Scott, you wanted to say something? Does anyone else have anything to say with this before we wind this down?
Let Bill say what he has to say.
So we're gonna go with Bill, then we're gonna close out with 8-Track. Go ahead, real quick.
Real quick. I am quick. What we're gonna do is you're going to see is a big change this year in the WWE. Mm-hmm. Vince McMahon, from like word on the street type of thing, is Vince is actually going to start to give Triple H more power and Stephanie more power when it comes to booking the main roster. That's them having this cruiser division, even though it's not going to be a title that's defended every week. It's going to be a championship, like a trophy type of thing, like Japan. And but you're going to have this cruiser division going at it all year round. You're going to see when that's going to pop. The fans go nuts for cruiser division because most of these fans, if they don't watch the indies, they've never seen this kind of wrestling before.
Okay.
So for that case, I say that they will be a big factor in 2017. And as far as Bobby Roode will be the NXT champion. I don't think Bobby's going to go to the main roster because he's almost 40.
Okay.
So by the time they would be ready to put him there, you know, he's guy in NXT like him, he could start a faction. There's a lot they could do with him, and God help them if they could somehow steal James Storm back and have beer money in the WWE.
All right, I really want to wind this down.
Let me ask you a question.
Quickly.
All right, he wants to wind this down. Can I ask a question real quick?
Please, quickly.
I'm not even going to ask a question. I'm just going to state something. Samoa Joe was supposed to win that NXT title. He still hasn't won it. If Samoa Joe doesn't win that title, you could forget about Bobby Roode winning it. That's just me.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
No, 8-Track Brown. We'll close it out.
No, I was gonna say that, you know, when you look at guys like Neville, who's hurt right now, so you can put him back on you can put him even lower than he was when he was there. You look at Neville, you look at Kalisto, Tommy, and well, he's hurt too. So, but when you just look at a lot of these guys who are very good at what they do, and you think about what position they're going to be in, and it's just not something that I think is going to be a very good one. Even if Triple H does have more booking authority, so to speak, and as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people may differ from this opinion, but even in my opinion, Kevin Owens is not even being booked right as far as I'm concerned. So it's like, they got The Miz as IC champ, which as a Miz fan doesn't bother me, but overall, should The Miz be having the IC title right now? No,
because of his wife.
I guess we have to wait it out to see what happens. Let's see what happens in the summer. But Sami Zayn and Owens should be feuding for that IC title.
Agreed.
You have who's hurt right now. You have Neville who's hurt. So what you should do is you should bring up somebody from NXT to have him feud with Kalisto for the U.S. title. That's how you should be moving things forward right now. And as far as I'm concerned, like Billy Ray said, like I said, Samoa Joe, when he gets to that main roster, enhancement. If they're not doing anything that good with Kevin Owens right now, what makes you think they're going to do something with Samoa Joe? Just enhancement talent, straight up and down.
What about Nakamura?
Excellent point.
What's your opinion on Nakamura?
Man.
The reason why, listen,
in the WWE,
I'm gonna tell you this straight up, and I said this on the PW Hustle show. Oh, that's gonna be on YouTube soon. Triple H, I think, is going to be more protective of Nakamura than anyone.
I agree.
I honestly believe that. I think that Nakamura will go. I believe Nakamura will be champ sometime next year.
And do you think his
WWE champ?
No, I do. I believe that.
Wow.
I really do. I believe it.
He will be
He's
protected.
gonna fly right up.
No, he'll be protected to a certain level because he's tall. He's taller, and Vince might actually go for that because he has some height.
And apparently in my dream he had a Puerto Rican wife and he lives in Manhattan.
Exactly, and he can speak fluent English, so he'll go over just fine.
Saddle up, partner.
No, I predict fall of 2017. I honestly believe we'll see Nakamura as champion.
Right.
That's a bold prediction. Right. I know that, but it's what I'm making. But as far as a lot of other people coming in, I don't have no faith in it. Right. I don't. And I don't think, I'm sorry, just one thing. I don't think WWE fans can appreciate what a lot of these guys can do. Because when you look at AJ Styles, they're not even popping for him like they should. They pop more for the New Day than they do AJ Styles. They do.
I don't know.
Right now.
What's that, Fame?
See, that's, if they'd have put him in NXT, AJ Styles would be a different animal. When you watch an NXT show, you see that crowd. That's an indie crowd. That's not the same guys that normally are at the house shows and everything else for Raw. Yeah. So this is the to me that's the master plan that Triple H has always had in mind, was to be able to create this underground indie type of show. He got complete. He gave him the ball, let him run for the whole thing. He's got all the guys working for him that he wants.
Way too much credit on that, though.
You're giving him too much credit.
He's the boss, because you know what? If it failed, you'd be all up in his ass saying that he dropped it and he messed it up.
Boom.
All up in there.
He's got all the right people working for him, and all the right trainers and everything else. You can't go wrong. That company right now is really doing nothing wrong.
I could care less.
And if you could take, wow, you don't like NXT?
No, it's not that I don't like, and I just could care less whether Triple H succeeds or not or whatever. I just enjoy the product. It is what it is. It's fun. I'm not giving anyone credit. I'm not taking credit away from anyone. But what I would love to do is continue to move on from this subject, because we got a hell of a lot of other things to talk about, guys.
All
right.
Hey, this is a technical subject, man.
All right, stop.
This is a technical subject.
Enough. Hello, enough. Fame Black, and then we finish.
Listen, gentlemen, I've been thinking about this since you guys all been talking.
I want to see your face, not your thumb.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, since wow.
Go ahead, come on, talk.
No, listen. We're on the era. I think we might be on the era of something cool. I mean, I think about how many TNA guys got hired when at a certain point they wouldn't hire you because you worked with TNA. Now, I'm not one for dream booking and speculating and all this, but talking all this revolution nonsense. What if there was a TNA invasion, since they practically
out of mind.
You're out of
God,
mind.
you play way too much.
Pause. Not with anybody currently signed to TNA. I'm talking about all the TNA talent that they've hired.
Dude,
they could do it.
They're not even acknowledging.
Shane McMahon
led by Shane McMahon. Just like last time.
Time out. And I'm going to move on. No more. They did acknowledge TNA. They actually acknowledged TNA. If you watch the Edge and Christian comedy show of Totally Awesomeness, they showed Test and Albert.
Comedic fashion.
TNA. I don't care, but they acknowledged TNA. Let's move on. Speaking of TNA, now, okay, Fabe, I was gonna go into your topic. We're gonna move that after this, because it's gonna kind of be more of a smoother transition. Sure. Listen. We have a whole bunch of call-ups. Speaking about NXT, a whole bunch of call-ups. Just recently, depending on when you're watching this video, you had the Vaudevillains called up. You have Enzo Amore and Big Kaz called up. We have Apollo Boring Cruz called up. He looks like anyway. Who else is called up from NXT that we got coming up? Okay, Faye.
Baron Corbin.
Mr. Balding himself. Mr. He thinks that Bailey is going to be coming up very, very soon.
Bailey's coming up.
Listen, I know Asuka's the champ, but I won't be surprised if she comes up very soon. I mean, guys, we have all this NXT talent coming up. Is this why WWE is signing all these people, like from TNA and the Indies, to work to fill these voids in NXT, and then kind of just push up the young talent? Okay, Fabe.
I mean, when the NXT brand really started to get momentum behind it, that was my biggest concern, was like, okay, these guys are going to get super over in NXT, and then what's going to happen? Everyone's going to want to see them on the main roster. And then it's like, well, what happens over here? NXT has gotten so much momentum. Nobody can dispute that over the last year or two, if not a little bit further than that. So I think that's a part of the big reason, is that you've brought up to the main roster 6 guys, 2 tag teams and 2 singles guys in the matter of literally less than 7 days. So I think having them influx of talent being signed to WWE or to NXT is pretty much the necessity, and it's honestly a smart move. That's why it was very smart, I thought, that they showed him a takeover. Oh, Kota's in the crowd. Oh, Bobby Roode's in the crowd. All these guys are in the crowd. I think it was a very genius move by them, to be honest.
Of course, if you're Prince Purdy, you got completely buried because Vince said you're too small. And I can't have you as anything but enhancement talent. So he's done. His WWE career's over.
Billy Ray?
That was part of Triple H's master plan as well, I take it. Having Prince Pretty come up and get jobbed out every day. I remember it was...
The old man did that, bro. The old man did that.
I'm sure that was part of Triple H's master plan. You don't get brought up to the main roster unless we have a plan for you. Let's see what the plan is for Kaz and Enzo. Man, I am praying to God. So I love these guys, all right? Let's see what the plan is for them. The Vaudevillains, you can forget about it.
What?
I'm shocked at that one, honestly.
Son, you can forget about it. Who else came up? Apollo Crews. I think it's a little bit too early. He's gonna get over on his wrestling. Look at him. We got Apollo Crews on the. Look, check it out. I see him. He's
Apollo.
He's on cruise control.
He's on cruise control.
Oh my God, Kate, okay, Faith, you just coined Michael Cole's tagline for this man. Guaranteed, we will hear him say, "Oh my God, he's on cruise control." Oh man,
it's gonna be a t-shirt and everything, right?
Print the t-shirts now.
Oh man, I hope not.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, man.
Remember Kofi Kingston? You're making me crazy.
Picturing a t-shirt with like a character of Apollo Crews' big head just driving a small little car saying cruise control on it. But
it's gonna happen.
You guys could all crap on
y'all laugh till it catch on.
Apollo Crews is going to be, you know what I call on that. And the only thing he needs right now, he needs a heater. He needs a manager to talk for him.
He's gonna get over. It's not a matter of that. It's just that I'm not a fan of the phrase.
No. Time out. I don't think Apollo Crews is gonna get over at all. I think the more I see him in the ring, the more I see his stupid smiling face, the less interested I am in him. I'm gonna ask you, Fame Black. I'm gonna ask Fame Black.
Let me finish up. Can I finish up?
No, I'm gonna ask Fame Black, and then you can finish.
Why can't I finish? I didn't finish my point. Why can't I?
Can I finish? Because
everybody. You know what? Finish your point.
It's not my fault. I got ambushed. It's not my fault. You know what?
Finish your point.
I don't want to talk anymore.
Finish your point.
I don't want to talk anymore.
Finish your point. Finish your point. Finish your point.
Fame, go ahead.
Oh,
come on, Fame.
No, Fame, don't talk dead air.
All right, Baron Corbin is not going to get over. Go ahead,
in that case, I'm going to expanding on my TNA invasion ideas. So check this out, right? We're going to do it just like listen, we're going to do it just like we did back in the day, right? Listen, it's going to be TNA invasion led by Shane McMahon, right? And then the third team is also going to be out of power. It's going to be Team NXT led by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon.
You know something? I actually wouldn't mind seeing something like that.
I
wouldn't. But you remember the first invasion angle they did?
You don't think they learned from that?
No, I don't. They don't know how to do stuff like that
now than it was back then.
Listen,
I'm sorry. What invasion angle? I kind of blocked that out. There's a weird period in 2001 I just blocked out.
They had better writers back then, and they messed that up.
They got a better chance to do it because now they got the right guys. They got the top guy. They got AJ Styles. They got Samoa Joe.
Like the Nexus.
People say the biggest problems with the invasion was they weren't booked strongly enough and they didn't have the really top guys. So they're on this mission to get all the really top guys.
Listen for you.
Linda, listen to me, Linda. When you do an invasion angle of this magnitude, do you know what's going to happen? Roman Reigns is going to eliminate them all. That's all that
Time out.
happened.
I'm gonna ask you a question.
That's it.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Would the Dudley Boys be with Team TNA?
No, the Dudley Boys if anything, the Dudley Boys would be hired muscle.
No, because
and hands people. If you see, they wouldn't say it's Team TNA. They would never say
call
that.
it the indie team or something.
They call it something, the Florida Boys. Who the hell knows?
But Shane Ashford,
I like the Florida Boys.
You know what?
Hold
on, guys. Let's go to OK Fabe. Okay. Oh, where the hell did he go? What?
He went to go invade Full Sail.
Okay, Fabe. I went to you, and you disappeared. So we're assuming that you went to invade the restroom.
Mission accomplished.
You have anything to say?
In regards to what, this idea of a TNA invasion?
What team? No, time out. Wait. How do we go
with a laugh and a smirk?
How do we go from talking about NXT call-ups to a freaking TNA invasion? This isn't WWE 2K16. So
because
stop.
I added NXT to the invasion.
Stop. I want to talk about all the call-ups. Jeez.
Okay. So I'll try and just do bullet points.
All right, okay. Tell you, in my invasion angle,
wow.
They're going to bring all these people to establish
fame.
To establish NXT.
All right, sure. Time out. Mute his mic. Thank you. Connor.
Yes.
Please.
Cool. I'll be quick. Enzo and Cass, very happy that they got a huge pop. TV doesn't do it justice, and this is awesome listening to Fame Flag on mute. I mean, it was huge. Corbin was kind of mixed reaction. Honestly, I think he should have been the hired muscle. I think he should be hired muscle for somebody else because his talking skills are so.
Sucks.
Cruz.
He's awesome with. I like the way he interacts with the fans as a heel. Where he picks guys out and talks smack to them. Like you don't see that often anymore. Yeah. That's like old days stuff. I like.
He's gonna get pushed to the moon, and they're gonna try. I'm not saying he's going to be successful. I said they're gonna try. And then the only one that I really said that I was kind of shocked at was the Vaudevillains. As much as I love them, and actually they're one of my favorite tag teams, I just never saw them kind of functioning on the main roster for some reason. I'm not saying that in a negative light, but just the gimmick is so different, and I feel like
could be negative.
Go for it. Just go for it. Be real.
I don't think it would work on the main roster. That's the only thing. I think it was meant for NXT.
It doesn't.
That's just my opinion.
I appreciate the fact that Michael Cole and whoever the hell JBL actually made mention to Frank Gotch and George Hackenschmidt and what they're
that was Ronaldo.
Ronaldo. I'm sorry, and the fact that they're paying tribute, not that they're actually from the 20s, because that's the thing in the WWE back in the days. Back in the days when you did a gimmick, if you were the werewolf guy, you were supposed to be a werewolf guy. If you were garbage man, you were an actual garbage man. Here, I think they're doing a decent job at explaining that these guys are not from the 20s. These guys are not throwbacks. They're not from the time machine. They're paying tribute to those tag teams. Billy Ray Valentine looks like you want to throw up.
Oh, no. I was actually not even
paying attention.
I didn't want to throw up. No, it's a bad. It's the gimmick is not going to get over, man. It barely got over on NXT. I mean, they pushed it to a certain degree, and the NXT crowd got behind it because it's a happy crowd. That's not going to get over in the main roster. And the WWE doesn't even believe it'll get over on the main roster because they threw them on SmackDown. They didn't even give them the decency of debuting on Raw with the rest of the crew. They're like, yeah, you're going to debut on SmackDown, and they're not trying to get people to watch because they're not trying to get people to watch because the Vaudevillains are there. It's just not. If you're saying they may get lost in the show, they're gonna get lost in the show. They're gonna get lost in the shuffle.
Okay,
and the WWE knows that.
I actually really agree. The only shining light out of NXT real quick, and we're gonna move on from this topic because I really want to talk to OK Fabe about his experience at WrestleMania Live. I really, really, really see something special with Kaz and Enzo. And when Enzo cut that promo on T-Von Dudley, talking about how the tears run away from his face, talking about how he's got the lazy eye, he's going to make the lazy eye work again. I mean, A-Track
Pull back like your hairline, bro.
Pull back like your hairline. Yo, he's special. Enzo Amore is absolutely special. I'm surprised they didn't bring up Carmella. I'm really surprised they didn't bring up Carmella, even though I don't think she's that great. What's up, okay?
No, I mean, it's kind of, for Carmella, I was kind of thinking the same thing at first, but the more I thought about it, and this is no disrespect to Carmella, I think she's better off staying in NXT for a little bit longer and kind of establishing her own identity too, because if she just brings her up as a valet, it's like, Divas Revolution.
You got a couple haters. That was great. It was, I loved it. They nailed it. You couldn't, like, if you were an obvious hater if you had a problem with that debut.
No, here's the deal.
It was one of the best. They went out there and they weren't nervous. Enzo and Cass, they handled themselves like G's. The Dudleys sold them well. That was the best highlight of that show. And I was just happy because they got the biggest pop of the night. And
they did.
That when you see guys like that, exactly, certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that.
I got a question. You know something? The night after WrestleMania with that crowd is the best night to debut.
All right,
it's guys like that make you want to watch Raw. So,
all right, really quickly, Billy Ray wanted to say something. We'll go to Bill Schuyler real quick, and then we'll move on.
Thank you. Check this out. You said they nailed it. And I love this team. I love it. The thing to look out for here is that they did not nail it. He nailed it. Enzo Amore nailed it. He is the focal point of this team. And without Enzo Amore, what happens to Kaz? They got to keep this thing together because Kaz is an accessory to Enzo Amore.
Oh, Enzo I don't know. I think Kaz is going to be
100.
I think Kaz is going to be, just remember I said
this theory.
Kaz is going to be the next big thing in the WWE. I think he's going to be the singles guy. I'm telling you.
Here's the deal with Kaz. I mean, I don't know if you saw NXT before these two were like officially a team, but Kaz wasn't exactly getting over on his own. Enzo Amore was the guy behind it. Enzo Amore is the guy talking.
That's what a heater does for you.
Yeah, but neither was. Time out. Real quickly, but neither was Diesel until he got together with Shawn Michaels, and look what happened with Diesel.
All right, my man. Let's see.
Bigger star, clearly.
No, I say they hit it off because Cass, even what he did was on point. He wasn't nervous.
Like, what is he doing?
It doesn't matter. They're still a team.
Just listen to me. He's doing Enzo Amore's gimmick. That whole soft is Enzo Amore's gimmick. Kaz had nothing on his own. So here's the deal: either they stay a tag team throughout the entire duration of their existence in the WWE, or Kaz will fade away on his own.
All right.
That's what's gonna happen.
Skyler, close it out before we move on.
Well, my point goes right what you're saying, and this is everybody was arguing about the size of the wrestlers that are up on the main roster, and the guys are too small and they're not going to succeed. Enzo Amore is a dwarf in a land of giants. He's only over because of what he could say on the mic.
He talk. Yeah,
he could talk. But what's going to happen when they break this team up? Because they're going to break this team up because Kaz is too big to not get a push for a major singles title.
I agree.
And I can see right now it's going to be Kaz versus Baron Corbin, main eventing, guaranteed at one of the shows.
I'm going to pay money to see that.
It could be a small show. No, when I say main eventing, I mean they're going to go, whether it's for the U.S. title, Intercontinental title, different guys are going to wear gold. You could smirk all you want. The boss that runs the company has been behind those two guys since day freaking one.
Zack Ryder was wearing gold on Monday night. It means nothing.
But I'm gonna say this. No. When I say they hit it off, and that's what I mean by them. But Billy Ray is right. You break them up. Cass he's in trouble.
I agree.
As he is right now.
He's not in trouble now because he has his partner. He's
growing as it goes.
Fame made it a good point. As he is right now, he could be repackaged. They could do. Good point, Fame. I'll buy that. You want to explain?
It is. He could be repackaged. He could get better. He could. I mean, he's with Enzo. He's with one of the best talkers. He can learn.
Good point.
That's what I was trying to say with Diesel and Shawn Michaels. He spent all that time with Shawn Michaels, and that Shawn Michaels arrogance, the Shawn Michaels kind of way of talking, quick talking, kind of learning, throwing somebody under the bus verbally. He learned all that from Shawn Michaels, so his character actually grew, being with Shawn Michaels. So that's why I don't. If you put Kaz with Enzo Amore, I think eventually he's gonna rub off on him. But anyway, I want to hear. Oh, shut up, you pig! You're disgusting. But listen, we're gonna move on, guys. I want to hear what you guys think. Please leave your comments here below at OneWrestling.com, YouTube/OneWrestling Video. Also hit us up on Twitter at OneWrestling, or hit us directly at Big Ray Show, at IOU Obi-Wan Kenobi, at Pharaoh Fancy, at OK Fabe, at Fame Black. At You Got the Show, Bill Skyler. We're going to move on to our second to last topic. And this is kind of a fun topic.
And don't forget our Facebook page.
Don't forget the Facebook page, of course. Hey, the PW Hustle Facebook page, Big Slam Nation, OneWrestling.com Facebook page. I'm on Facebook. Everybody here is pretty much on Facebook except for Billy Ray Valentine, who's a conspiracy theorist. That's why he has a flying saucer behind him. He doesn't want to be on the grid, so he's not really a social media guy. But
I want to believe.
Yeah, of course you do.
Can I add one thing?
Really quickly, because I want to move on, please.
This is real quick, because nobody answered the question. If this team splits up, which we all seem to pretty much agree that at some point they're going to, Enzo Amore is 200 pounds, give or take, and he's like 5'11", 5'10". You all think his mic skills is going to let him survive and thrive on the main roster by himself? I'm asking that question.
He won't like be a champion, but he'll always be in the entertaining factor. I see them telling him, "Hey, we're not going to use you as a wrestler no more. You're going to be a manager." They'll find a lot of things for that dude to do. Like as far as I'm concerned, if I was running things, I'd tell Enzo, your in-ring career is over. You're a manager, straight up and down.
He's another one. He'll be in the cruiserweight tournament.
Well,
he's not a bad worker by no means. But as far as I'm concerned, if I was running it, he'd just be a manager.
Listen, we're gonna move on, but from a manager to a talker, I think eventually Enzo Amore's final place in the WWE will be in creative. I think the guy's brilliant on the mic, and I think he has a lot to offer over the course of time, maybe even as a trainer down at NXT in the future.
But you can't teach that. How's he gonna learn?
Very good. Connor, OK Fabe.
Yo.
Listen, dude, we're all here. You're the only guy out of all of us that actually was at Texas for WrestleMania Live. I just wanted to ask you if you could share a couple of stories about your experiences over at Texas, and if you guys have any questions for Connor, just throw it that way.
Fire away. I mean, I'm gonna anything live, anything, no matter how good or bad it is, however it comes out, is always gonna be better in person. It's always gonna be better as a live experience. And just, I mean, as a wrestling fan, for me, it's like this is the height as far as the entire weekend. NXT TakeOver, the Hall of Fame, WrestleCon, WrestleMania, the Raw after, it just kept getting better and better and better and better. The big thing for me was like just being in the AT&T Stadium filled with supposedly 100,000 people is just nuts. Like I took more photos and videos of just the actual sea of people because it was just crazy how I've never been a part of anything that big as far as like that many people at once. It was just insane. But
how many people was it? It was 100 and what?
101,763.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You guys know that WWE commented on that, right? They admitted that because Meltzer caused a big thing about it online.
Right.
And they said that we've never, since day one, ever said that it was paying ticket holders that were part of that count. So that number includes everybody that's working backstage.
So they're talking about hot dog vendors?
Yep.
Everybody, because it's that many people in the building.
Oh my God, that is so cheap.
That's not.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, wait a minute, stop, pause. So
that's so TNA.
Why do wrestling fans ruin it for themselves? It's not really 100. I like that. I just took it as was. I was like,
yo, cut that crap now. Cut that crap now. Cut that that crap now. Because if TNA did that, you'd be saying, oh, that's so pathetic. That's so pathetic. You are the shining example of what I'm talking about when people in the WWE let things slide. If TNA did that, you'd be pissing all over them for it. So stop. Stop.
Pause.
I feel the love right now.
If TNA did that, I would have never ever heard about it because I don't watch TNA. Secondly, when TNA aired their dirty laundry and all that, I said good for them. Good move, because they need all the publicity they can get. So if they did that, I'd be like, good move. They need those lies. Just like I'm supportive of Tom Brady. He needed to cheat. They didn't take that ring back. Do what you got to do.
All
right. Listen. Okay, Fabe. Okay, Connor. You told me off the air that it took you like 3 hours to get into the arena. What happened? What was that about?
So, honestly, the only negative experience of the entire thing was getting into the AT&T Stadium. So we ended up. So we got to the arena probably around 2:30 or so, and we ended up waiting outside the arena for about 3 hours. Apparently, their the devices they were using to scan the tickets broke. Most of them went offline. Lord. Yeah, that was hell. So we got inside. We're like, oh, thank goodness, it's actually okay. We're here. Blah blah blah. And then we find our ticket sales. Now we were probably about 18 rows away from the ring. We weren't the floor seats. We were right before it. And they're like, oh, you're on the floor. So you have to go down that hallway. There was another line of people that we had to wait another hour for. Apparently, we had to get a green wristband thing because apparently our tickets weren't good enough proof that we were actually, legitimately there. Go figure. So I ended up actually missing the U.S. title match and the one match I actually wanted to see on the pre-show, and the part of the Divas tag team match. We just got to our seats just as the matchup was about halfway point. I mean, we saw everything on the monitors because there were monitors everywhere, but
that's your fault because you got there too. You should have got there at 12 o'clock. You'd been okay.
Well, if I had known, I would have gotten there probably 6 a.m.
I don't think anybody anticipated.
Yeah, but time on.
I've never heard of that happening before, Mike. They all went down at the same time. Thanks for technology.
It's the first time that I saw WrestleMania kick off with the first match, and the stadium was empty. It looked like Mick Foley versus The Rock in the empty stadium, in the empty arena. That's what it looked like. It was really pathetic.
It's okay.
The systems go offline when you got over 101,000 people. Okay, that's just what happens.
But Connor,
it was all the hot dog vendors that messed it up.
All right, a question I wanted to ask somebody that was actually there again. Was Connor.
Yeah.
What was the actual crowd reaction when seriously when Shane went to the top of the cage? Tell me what you heard people saying around you.
So everyone says that they think that this is going to be the match. This will be the Hell in a Cell that someone dives off the cage, and everyone was thinking that right before the match, everyone's like, oh man, if Shane does something or if Taker does something, I'm going to lose it. And people were kind of hesitant, but when Shane went to get the pliers, that's when the talk was like, is this real life? Is this really happening? Is this going to happen? And right around the point when when he hit Taker with the monitor and he sat down against the cell, when he looked up, everyone around us just went, oh, and just absolutely lost their mind. And I'm like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's climbing it. He's climbing right now. Is this punch me? Is this really happening? This is just Shane's diving off the cell right now. This is absolutely nuts. This is really happening right now. And it was just the crowd went berserk. That was probably bigger than Austin's pop that night. And that was and the Rock's too, to be completely honest. That was the big one where people were just pulling out each other's hair, hugging everybody, high-fiving. There's at least 3 people I high-fived, never even talked to them the entire show just because it's that awesome of a moment. So it was and they kept I think 2 or 3 times and they're showing Shane oh, he's fine, but he's just collapsing into himself. He's fine. He's fine. Just keep this going. So, but it was nuts. Everyone lost their mind.
Anybody have any questions?
How was the NXT show?
NXT was amazing. Nakamura, hands down, had the biggest pop of the night. Hands down. There was actually, it's kind of funny, if you, my friend Heel Steven, who went with me to the thing, as we were waiting in line, there was a guy dressed up like Nakamura and had every detail perfect.
I saw that. I saw that picture on Facebook, by the way.
I saw that. I saw that.
I'm like, that's insane. He's like, dude, I gotta get a picture. He's like, yeah.
I love the story about how you were hitting on Red, calling her, I want to have babies.
No, you gotta hear this story. So Steven was trying to get heat because he thought he saw Eva Marie in the front row, and he's making calls about all these negative comments towards her, and like the whole evening. And then we finally get to the main event, and they showed Bobby Roode in the crowd, and just as Roode's leaving, because he wasn't there the actual whole show, he was just there to show up on TV and then just take off, and the woman who was the redhead, who he thought was Eva Marie, turned her face, and everyone in the front row ahead of us like, dude, that wasn't Eva. He's like, oh, well. Oh, I guess so, whatever. I'm like, you're an idiot.
4 hours, he's calling all kinds of crap to this woman.
Yep. But NXT was awesome. Gable and Jordan, that chant was just funny as hell. It was just the crowd at NXT and Raw was very similar. It was just half the enjoyment was really just being with the crowd. It was such a blast.
Was there anybody on the NXT roster that didn't go over well? Because on TV, they seemed like everybody went over really well.
Honestly, people were pretty quiet for Aries. I was actually very surprised. I think they were honestly burnt out from American Alpha. I mean, I felt bad because it wasn't a horrible match. It was just that everyone was just so burnt out from the match. That tag match was
Aries made Corbin look like an outstanding wrestler in that match. That was Aries carrying a big man.
Yeah.
Showing. They're rated then. It's like, somebody grab Vince and give him a smack in the face and say, watch this match. And see this guy? Yeah, he's a little guy. There's your big monster. He kicked his tail all over the place.
All right.
That was the only sleeper match of the whole thing, honestly.
Really quickly, I think Billy Ray wanted to ask something before we move on. Billy Ray?
Oh, no. I'm good, man.
You were doing this.
You're
good? All right. So, look, all in all, okay, Fabe. You're all in all, like, just give me your absolute best favorite, it doesn't have to be wrestling related, moment of being over there at WrestleMania, and then we're going to move on. No more questions.
It's really tough because there was a lot of them. I mean, probably as far as out of the shows, Shane diving off the cell was probably the best one, and that's a tough one to call, but it was probably Shane diving off the cell as far as it's something that was experienced at the show live. That'd probably be the top one.
Because you were telling me WrestleCon off air.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, as far as experiencing, like actually going to something else, WrestleCon was just out of this world. It was amazing. Getting to meet so many different people, of course, meeting after there as well too was awesome. It was just WrestleCon, as far as like something to experience in person, like more, rather than a show. That was definitely the highlight.
Now before we move on, when you met after and he hugged you, did he reach into your back pockets? All right, we'll move on. So our final topic. Guys, now if you guys look at the thumbnail to this show, is a picture of AJ Styles becoming the #1 contender, and I have a picture of AJ Styles holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and I wrote down something along the lines of, is this gonna happen? I'm gonna jump right to Fame Black, who looks like he's about to fall asleep on us. Fame Black, is it possible that AJ Styles, if not AJ Styles, see, I'm not just focusing on AJ Styles, because you got guys like Cesaro, you guys like Kevin Owens, you got guys like Sami Zayn. I mean, is it possible that any of these guys are going to be the next WWE champion? Do you think this is just all smoke and mirrors? What's going on, in your opinion, with this situation?
I mean, when you start to expand it into, could it be Kevin Owens? Could it be Sami Zayn? Could it be blah, 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 blah? Then yes, it could be one of those guys easily. It won't be AJ Styles. And if it is AJ Styles, then as champion, he should lead the TNA invasion with NXT, led by Shane McMahon and Stephanie McMahon.
Shut up.
I'm telling you, it's going to be the newest stuff right now. I'm telling you, that's the only way AJ Styles is going to be champion. The only way.
I knew it. Yo, you know what's funny?
I'm going to hit the bar. Does anybody want to join me there?
I actually thought that I would love to.
I don't drink.
I knew he was going to go that way.
But listen, answer the question.
But listen, I spoke to Bill after, as you guys know, before we were recording. And I'm speaking for Bill. He actually said, speak for me, because this is what I'm saying. Bill Apter actually believes, I don't know if he has a crystal ball, if he has a little birdie that's squeaking into his ear, that they are going to take the title and they are going to put it on AJ Styles. Bill Apter has a pretty good track record when it comes to calling matches. Connor.
That's a little kind of wow. I mean, that's a bit of a shocking statement to say the least. I think it's because we all have this idea that Roman Reigns is going to be the guy, and then this is the time frame where he's going to be the established champion. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see AJ Styles as WWE champion because it'd be a welcome, like kind of a fresh change. But after everything they've just done to make Roman look like a god almost as far as WWE World Heavyweight Champion, I'd be kind of surprised. It's like, okay, hey, triumph over, the Authority, big win, big main event at WrestleMania, and AJ just takes it the next month. I mean, hey, they did it with Zack Ryder in 24 hours. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it just that's a little bit that's a bit bold, but I'm not against it at all.
Okay, A-Track Brown. Looks like you're I don't know. I mean, you are a huge AJ Styles fan. Do you think the WWE would actually put the title on this former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, former New Japan Pro Wrestling, two-time IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Do you think they would do this?
Hey, Vince, listen, I have an idea. I want to take this guy who was the man outside of the WWE, who held the IWGP, ROH, and TNA World title, and I want him to beat this almost 7-foot guy that you've created, and I want to make him the new champion. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Never in a million years is he gonna go for that. Not now.
Not if you pitch it
not
like that.
then, and not forever. Doesn't matter what. Listen, I understand Mr. Apter. He has his sources. I get it, but I don't think this is gonna happen. I'm not buying it. It's not happening. They're not putting this guy over. They should. If they do, Roman Reigns will turn heel and probably get the belt the next night.
He will turn heel.
I don't see it happening. No.
Okay.
If I'm wrong, I will be shocked as hell. But I'm not seeing it. Vince, there's a reason why AJ Styles lost at WrestleMania. It is not so he could beat Roman Reigns. It was so that everybody understands that when you come to WWE, it doesn't matter what momentum you came on. You don't matter. Okay? You don't matter until we say you matter. That's it.
All right.
That's just the way that it is. We need to stop it with this delusional way of thinking. Now, if the sources are right, then okay, I'm wrong, and I will have egg on my face. But as of right now, I'm not making no omelets, and I'm not making no breakfast. So it's the same thing. It's just this dude is not going to win the title. Do I want him to win? Yes. Will I be shocked? Will I mark out? Will you have my reactions on the PW Hustle YouTube channel? You look at OK Fave's face? Yes. Okay. Matter of fact, I will reenact my enactment with OK Fave and put it on the PW YouTube channel.
Oh, you know what you do?
We will make 5 different reactions.
Oh, you know what you do? You know what you do? If he actually wins the title, and I'm gonna go to Bill Schuyler and then Billy Ray Valentine. I want you to put on a pair of dark rim black glasses, and I want you to make the face. I want you to take a picture of yourself making the face of that young black man that had the shocked face when the Undertaker lost his streak. If you could do, yes, beautiful. So anyone out there, take a picture. Snap. Okay, very good. All right, now Bill Schuyler, just like me, we both believe, and then Billy Ray's gonna, retort. I believe.
If AJ becomes champ, I will kiss my dog.
Will you kiss your dog in the ass?
Doesn't matter. No. The dog's mouth's been there anyway.
Skylar, you like me believe that there is a very good chance that AJ Styles is going to be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Tell
me why.
Two words for you. Bulletproof. Who's bulletproof? Bulletproof is the Bullet Club, who are waiting patiently. They've been at every show, the entire WrestleMania weekend. They were backstage. There was talk that they were going to unleash them at WrestleMania and Monday Night Raw, and they held back and waited. Yeah, unleashed, because when they come in and do what they're going to do, they're going to destroy Roman Reigns one way or the other. AJ Styles is going to win. And the reason being is that so who said it was you said, oh, they pushed him. He's almost 7 foot tall. They pushed him to the moon. They did all this, but you know what? He still isn't over. And you know why he's not over? Because he's a babyface heel, and he's not a baby. I mean, sorry, he's not a he's a heel and not a babyface.
Right.
To me, real quick, if I was booking this, I would have The Rock get involved. I would have the Usos get involved, and when he loses, he would just completely decimate and beat the snot out of both of the Usos. That leading up to the pay-per-view, takes it out and beats down The Rock. Not just beats him down, but beats him down bloody. When he comes off saying, "I don't need this family. I don't need the fans. I don't need you. I don't need this. I don't need that." And then you're going to have Roman Reigns in a feud with The Rock going up at the SummerSlam, completely leaving AJ Styles and Bulletproof to run rampant and do whatever it is they're going to do. I'm not sure. I mean, you got the Balor Club. I don't know where they're going with that. If they're going to drop that, you know what I mean, and just go with this Bulletproof. There's so many guys they could bring in, and who knows who they've already got signed. You don't know. But they're going to be a major factor in the company. So, yeah, I believe AJ Styles is winning with hands down. He's going to be the champion.
They didn't make those Balor Club shirts for nothing. They made tons of money now. They got the Bulletproof shirts out now.
Okay. So real quick.
No matter what they do, if AJ was to turn or whatever, if AJ was to turn the heel on Roman Reigns or have the Bullet Club come in, you know, it's not like, you know, turning AJ Styles heel against Roman Reigns is going to work in Roman Reigns' favor.
All right, Billy Ray.
There's nothing that they can do short of seeing this guy get shot on the air. There's nothing that they can do to make this dude a sympathetic babyface.
Okay, Billy Ray.
No, you're not. You're going to make him a villain.
Okay, Billy Ray Valentine. Okay, Billy Ray Valentine. Billy Ray Valentine. Speak your
Hey, what's up, brother?
Speak your mind.
How are you? Listen, man. No way in hell is that happening. A couple of things, right? Okay, Fabe is absolutely right. They're not going to build Roman Reigns up all this time just to have him lose to AJ Styles in a month. It's not happening. 2, the Bullet. What is it? What is Bulletproof? It's on a Balor Club shirt. It says Balor Club Bulletproof. If these guys if these guys are gonna come out and defend anybody, it's gonna be Finn Balor. It's gonna be the Balor Club. AJ Styles is not gonna be associated, at least not right away.
And real quick, I'm sorry, Billy Ray. Real quick, Balor needs that. AJ doesn't because Balor can't talk. Go ahead.
Edge and Christian showed the Bullet Club on the show.
I'm sure they did. But the people making the most reference to the Bullet Club is Finn Balor, not AJ Styles. 3.
He held up a sign recently that said, "Where's the Bullet Club?"
Where's the Bullet Club?
Thursday.
3. This guy, AJ Styles, is never coming close to that belt. Period. He made A-Track made a hell of an argument saying he's the ROH champion, the TNA champion, and the IWGP champion. If he wins the WWE title, he'll be the first to do it. Vince McMahon is not going to have somebody who's not his creation do that. It's not going to happen. All these guys are Roman Reigns food. I repeat, Roman Reigns food. Roman Reigns. There you go. The Iron Sheik knows exactly what I'm talking about. Roman Reigns will eat AJ Styles. Then he will eat Sami Zayn. Then he will eat Kevin Owens. The only 2 people that stand a chance is Seth Rollins and John Cena. And they will either bookend it with Seth Rollins at SummerSlam or John Cena at SummerSlam or the same thing at WrestleMania. Those are the only 2 as of right now. Everybody else is Roman Reigns food. And they may turn him heel in the process, but it's all Roman Reigns food.
This is Finn Balor with Shinsuke Nakamura in the background, holding up a sign that Bill Schuyler just sent me, saying, "Where's Doc and Carl, BC for life?"
Okay,
I'm just saying.
What is it? Doesn't prove anything with AJ Styles.
Listen,
here.
Here's the thing.
It proves it all with Finn Balor.
Listen. Connor, go ahead. Speak your mind real quick. And Fame Black, do you have anything to say after Connor?
Connor.
No. I said my bit.
Okay, Connor, go ahead, buddy.
AJ Styles.
I'll be quick. So the idea that I threw out there was not that AJ Styles wins the WWE Championship, but out of spite because he lost or whatever have you, that's when you debut Anderson and Gallows, put them together. And, of course, Roman's going to need some backup, so who better to partner with him than his right-hand man, Dean, and a returning babyface, Seth Rollins. And you have Bullet Club versus S.H.I.E.L.D.
Now that is
booking.
interesting.
Okay, now
That is interesting.
now
Sorry, I just threw that whole bomb out
That's
there.
interesting, but my TNA invasion with NXT involved.
No, it's
You
not.
messed
Leave
up
it
on-
alone. Stop.
stop.
Then you'll wind up. Then they'll break up again, and Seth will fight with Rollins. Seth will fight with Roman Reigns for the title again.
Time out.
Yeah.
Let me say my
That's good booking. I like that.
it's my turn now.
Sorry,
It's
go
my,
right.
it's cool. It's cool. Listen, this is my thought process. The reason why I think AJ Styles will win the title, and I'm gonna agree with Skylar, and it's kind of along the lines of what OK Fame Black. Turn your phone sideways, please. What's happening is I believe that the Bullet Club will get involved. I believe that because from what I keep hearing, it's going to end up being a heel Roman Reigns versus a babyface Rock. This is what I keep hearing.
Oh, he's the third person that has a shot. The Rock. Good.
But this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I keep hearing. I keep hearing Roman Reigns versus The Rock. I keep hearing what do you call it?
SummerSlam.
I keep hearing that for SummerSlam, and I also keep hearing a Shield reunion. So, and I hear that I'm hearing that a lot. So, I do believe eventually it's going to be a full, like, the Balor Club, I don't think, or the Bullet Club is going to be just Finn Balor, dude. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a whole huge conglomerate of Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, Luke Gallows, not Luke Gallows, right? Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. And also, I believe it's going to be like a huge, it's going to be a big time group that's going to freaking, take on whoever, whenever, wherever. And I think they
Almost like an invasion.
shut up, like a New Japan, like a New Japan invasion, right? Oh my God, New Japan versus TNA versus. Whatever. Listen, I just honestly.
Led by Linda McMahon. You figured it out, Ray. That's what was missing. New Japan led by Linda McMahon.
Did he freeze? Thank God.
Why?
So somebody muted his mic. His mic is muted. Fantastic. Listen, guys, it's an interesting. Everybody has their face down. You guys all looking at the same thing I'm looking at here? What is this?
Yeah.
This is a Balor Club shirt. Oh God, who cares?
Skylar went to go get something to eat.
Listen, here's the deal. It's interesting. It's interesting talk. This is where I really love to hear what the people, what the fans, the marks out there, the wrestling fans, whatever you want to call them, really think is going to happen. I personally believe AJ Styles has a shot. Bill Apter thinks he has a shot. Skylar thinks he has a shot. I'm hearing.
Well, he's got a shot in his ass.
Fame Black. Okay, Fame, do you think he has a shot? One word. Does he have a shot?
Yes.
Wow.
Fame Black, does he have a shot? AJ to win the title? Negative. Skylar, does he have a shot? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Billy Ray Valentine, does he have a shot?
No.
Paul Phoenix.
Keke?
I guess I take that as a no.
Nothing. No. He doesn't have a shot.
Echoes. Somebody plug in their headphones. We got to
plug in the headphones. But we're about to close out, so it's really interesting. I'm just Billy Ray. Do you have anything closing to say?
What was that, buddy? You're breaking up. Sorry.
Do you have anything to say to close out here?
No, man. Other than, maybe somewhere down the line, AJ Styles can win this title. Maybe. I highly doubt it, man. If it happens, I'll be pleasantly surprised. But at this point, I don't see it. It's not in the cards.
All right. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know where we're getting that echo from. It's driving me crazy. I think it may be Fame Black, but it's neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, listen. This has been episode number 24 of Big Slam Nation. I really want you guys to leave your comments below because I want to start a good discussion moving into the next show. Yes, as Connor is pointing down, leave your comments here below. Ladies and gentlemen, you can follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Show. Follow us as a conglomerate at One Wrestling at Big Slam Nation. We have Billy Ray Valentine. Follow him at, what is it?
Obi-Wan, you know me, man. Learn it. Come on, man. It's not that hard.
It's
Obi-Wan.
gonna take some time.
Obi-Wan, you owe me. I'm getting a lot of feedback. It's driving me crazy. So
Obi-Wan, you know.
all right, you know what? I'm getting too much feedback, guys. I'm just going to end the show right now. Leave your comments below. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us here, Big Slam Nation. Wherever the feedback is coming from is now gone, so don't forget to follow Pharaoh Fancy at Pharaoh Fancy on Twitter. That's A-Track Brown, OKFabe at OKFabe. That's OKAYFABE. Fame Black at Fame Black. Bill Schuyler at You Got the Show. Bill After at After One Wrestling. And, of course, the professor, who is not with us because he's probably out dating a guy at PROFPW Hustle.
Yo.
Hey, it's Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's messed up.
Saturday
Why
night.
you say that, yo?
Saturday
His
night.
name's Chuck. He's 34. He's from Long Island.
It's Saturday
You
night.
gonna make the professor turn heel on your ass.
It's Saturday night, and I'm sure his leather pants are mad tight.
Hey, you don't want to eat.
He's on cruise control.
Oh, shut up. Listen, guys. We'll see you next week for another episode of Big Slam Nation. Everybody, in the words of the legendary Bill After, we'll see you
At the matches.
at the matches. Peace out, you
All caps.
lunatics. Goodbye.